Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Why Gaming. Today what we're going to be doing is showing you how you can get the 5 crown resistance weapons. It's relatively easy. It took me around about 2 to 3 hours in game time, and alongside that I'll give you tips on how you can farm for the ammo, because some of you may know that the ammo for these weapons is not standard drops. It does not drop from machines. It is actually part of the loot pool in actual item boxes that are dotted around the map. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. Let's jump in and hunt down some 5 crown resistance weapons. So ladies and gentlemen, for these resistance weapons, if you are going for the 5 crown, you are going to want to target 3 types of machines. And those 3 types of machines are all stood right here. So we have a harvester, which is just there, a hunter, just there, and finally a tanky boy, which is just behind the trees. Now, for the resistance pitchfork, you want to be going after the hunters, which are these man-like exoskeletons just down here. And for the arrows and the bow, sorry, not the arrows, for the bow, you want to be going for the harvesters, which are these big sort of crab-like things. And finally, for the tanks, you want to be going for these, which are just tanks. They're beastie. Yeah. Now, the corresponding attachments for said weapons you will get from the same machine. So, for example, the bow and arrow, you will get the sight from a harvester, and for the flamethrower, you will get the extra large fuel tank from the tank. Hope that makes sense. Now, bear in mind, though, with harvesters, some people like to farm the hunters from the harvesters as they spawn them, but they have clocked onto that, and they changed it a few updates ago, I think. It might have been there the whole time, but I've never noticed. But now, respawned hunters, do not actually have the greatest loot. I don't think there's any chance of you ever getting anything sort of weapon-wise or 5 crown-wise from anything that's been spawned from a harvester, so I wouldn't try it. I've tried it before, and it doesn't seem to work. So just to save yourself that headache and that little bit of stress that it takes to respawn them and then re-kill them and then respawn them, and then you won't be getting anything and it'll just keep going on and on. So I'd always move on to the next fresh batch of hunters and harvesters. So some quickfire tips when farming the resistance weapons and pretty much all weapon packs in general. First things first, you want to go for the highest tier of machines. So on this one, we are going over to Himfal. If you don't have the Alpine Unrest DLC, which unlocks the Himfal Island, then I would just recommend farming the top regions up here for the high-end machines. I'd recommend now staying away from this one because there's a lot more Russian machines up there, which the loot pool on those, I've not really found any decent weapons from them, but obviously you can potentially get some stuff. For the resistance weapon pack, though, not from the Russian machines. Stay away from them if you're farming just weapon packs, DLC weapon packs in general. And alongside that, one thing to note is try not to go after rivals. Rivals' loot pool is already quite heavily diluted, so you do lower your chance of getting a weapon pack item from them. If you're going after experimental weapons or schematics, then go after rivals. Now, for farming on the Himfal Island, let's have a look. So for machine farming on Himfal, for the resistance weapon pack, and pretty much most of the So for farming the resistance weapon pack, as I mentioned earlier, the best place to come is Himfal Island. If you do not have the DLC, just try and stick to these top regions just here, and that is your best bet. But I would recommend buying the Himfal DLC. It is packed full of awesome stuff, missions, collectibles, a load of fun bits. Now, there are a few locations you can go. This may differ depending on your actual world, but for me, I find one tank down here. This is every time you load in, you may have to run around a little bit and then restart it. That will get them all kicked into gear, but you get a nice little pattern going. Then every time you go to the locations, there'll be a machine there. So I get one apocalypse tank there, I get an apocalypse tank, sometimes 2, and a harvester here, and all down here I get a harvester, sometimes 2 tanks, but normally just the one. And down here at the docks you get 1 tank, 1 harvester, and then just up here by the camping ground you get a harvester and 2 tanks. And finally, just down here at the vacation village, you occasionally get 2 tanks, but you normally get one and a harvester. So that is this location here, which is the Ulsvergden Slope Cabin, and it's not really there, but the Sunnevo Homestead, which is just here, the Osterholland Marine Center, the Verkden Camping Ground, the Ronhala Emergency Shelter, and the Furbacher Vacation Village. So for the ammo for the resistance weapons, it is a little bit different because we don't actually get this ammo from machines. You will find arrows in you will find arrows in suitcases and backpacks. For napalm, you will find that in toolboxes. Now the best places for toolboxes and backpacks I have found are vehicles. So head over to somewhere with lots of vehicles or potentially containers. Try and stay away from those military ones, which are the green containers on the back of trucks. Just go for normal ones and you'll have a nice chance of getting some good stuff. And Himfall has delivered. We have just loaded in. We've taken out these hunters here. There's what, 6, 7, maybe 8? And holy crap. The amount of gold stuff that I've just picked up. I picked up a Com-10 and just a ridiculous amount of attachments. And the last hunter that we killed of the group has the 5 crown resistance pitchfork. Belter. I am not going to moan about that. So let's move on and get our next 5 crown item, shall we? So the 5 crown pitchfork is definitely a lot beefier than its 3 crown counterpart that you actually get when you unlock the main pack. It's fun, it's great to use, and it packs a hell of a punch when you've got that full charge. Even without that full charge though, it hurts the machines a lot, which it's always good. Anything that absolutely destroys machines is always fun to use. It's nice and quick as well. Obviously, the only downside and something that we definitely need to see an improvement on is the stamina usage, because we have a lot of melee weapons. And alongside that, we now have the bow, which does use stamina. So an increase in stamina would definitely go a long way for the resistance pitchfork. Although without that, it is still fun to use. The only downside is once you've actually charged up and used all your stamina, then you just can't do the power shot, which, you know, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. It is fun. I love it. We've got another bunch here. Let's finish off these Harveys quick, and then, well, Hunters, sorry, not Harveys. I always mix the two up. I don't know why. It's a really bad habit of mine. And then we'll check out the 2 big boys over there, which I've just killed. Hopefully, one of those, or at least 2 of them, have something on them. If they do, then that is the full set complete. It's highly unlikely they'll both have something on it. I don't think I'll be that lucky. I have been getting a lot of 5 crown weapons, though. Either US pack weapons or just like LMGs, stuff like that. Which is quite cool. I mean, I don't need any of them, but it's nice that I'm getting some of them, I suppose. I'm getting a good chunk of rewards as well from having the assignments running as I'm doing this. I'm not always getting the assignments done every day that I try and farm them, but, you know. Oh, nice. We've got 10 of those, which is good. Let's have a quick look then. I think it's just a few ticks left. We'll leave them to do what they want to do. Pretty sure I accidentally looted the harvester already, yeah. Did I get a gold anything? No, never mind. Never mind. I love this spot. It's one of my favourite spots on Himfall. And then the other one down by the Jeanette Hotel. So, oh, Belter! So we've got the Resistance Flamethrower. Now, some of you may know, but at the time of recording this, the 5 crown flamethrower is actually bugged. So the 4 crown is the better variant, which is a problem. Obviously, it's a pain in the ass, but yeah, the 5 crown's currently bugged. I don't know why. The stats do read wrong. I'll show you once I've dealt with this little dude here. Boom, got him. Right. So the stats read wrong. It has really, really low stats. So as you can see there, it's just past the E, and then on the 3 crown, it is all the way up the top there. So it's, yeah, it's a bit bugged. I don't know whether the actual damage is bugged or whether it's just the stats. Some people have said it's just the stats. Some other people have said it's the damage. But I'm not really too sure. I feel like the flamethrower takes a lot to actually beat the machines down with it anyway. So Yeah, bear that in mind when you are hunting. You do want to get the 4 crown variant. That is apparently the one that is meant to be 5 crown. So, you know, good luck if you do get it. I'm just going to stick with the 5. I'm not going to go hunting for the 4. If I do get the 4, then it's a bonus. But for now, we'll just leave it as it is. Let's move on and get another one, shall we? Right then, here we go. We've got a couple of machines here. I've just quickly searched his loot, and there we have it, baby. Oh yeah! That is all of them. Better. Next up is the 5 crown resistance bow, which definitely packs a hell of a lot more of a punch than its counterpart. Like a hell of a lot more of a punch, and I like it. I do like it. I wasn't 100% keen on the 3 crown. I still can't actually aim very well with it, but other than that, it's a fun bit of kit. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Boom. Even like the explosive arrows, they are very fun to use, by the way. Like, very fun to use. I love the explosive arrows. They do an okay amount of damage. I was hoping the explosive ones would do a little bit more. But considering it is just the shotgun shells that it uses, not actually a big chunk of explosive, then it's understandable. And I'd like to see maybe some changes with that, and maybe incorporating separate arrows that are a lot stronger, but obviously have a severely reduced range. Whether we see something like that in the future is yet to be seen. Either way, it's still a nice fun bit of kit to use, and definitely it has a nice chunk more damage to it than its 3 crown counterpart. So for today, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me. If you've enjoyed this video and it's helped you get these weapons, please drop a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and also if you want to support the channel a little bit further, consider checking out the members tab down below. For today though, that is it from me. We will be back with another Generation Zero episode on Wednesday at 8 PM BST, so stick around for that, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back very soon with some more Generation Zero. I've been Wyatt, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.